former president expected to speak in La Crosse within the hour. However, that most likely has changed. President Biden set to visit rural Wisconsin on next Thursday. The UW La Crosse political analyst Anthony Chergosky joined us now to talk about, Anthony, the significance of these visits among some other things. But let's begin with the polls. Where do we sit right now?
It's tied. And that's nothing new for us here in Wisconsin. Now, nationally, Dave, Harris seems to have a little bit of a lead, but we know that we don't elect presidents through a national vote. We elect them by states. So we have to look at those swing states. And when we look at the swing states, what you see is a presidential election that's a coin flip right now.
Wisconsin, one of those swing states. And tell me a little bit, what is the key here? Why is Wisconsin so important?
Well, there are 7 swing states this time around. And if we look at previous election cycles, Wisconsin has been the decisive state. That was the case in 2016. It was the case in 2020, when statistically Wisconsin was decisive. And in both of those years, Wisconsin was decided by about 20,000 votes each. So Wisconsin remains every bit as pivotal as it was in prior election cycles.
Let's talk about the candidate's visit. It's always good to have a presidential candidate, a president, come to this area. But who does that affect most?
Firing up the party faithful. And there are really 2 things that campaigns want to do. They want to fire up their core supporters, and they want to reach out to persuadable voters. I'm not sure that anyone's going to have their mind changed about Donald Trump from tonight's rally in La Crosse. But campaigns want their party faithful to be fired up as well. They want their base to be excited for the election. And that's exactly why we see these rallies in Wisconsin and around the country.
The Biden administration announcing a visit to southwest rural Wisconsin. We don't know how that is defined, but tell me about the rural vote. How important is that in the country right now?
There are so many stereotypes in American politics nowadays. One stereotype is that rural means Republican and urban means Democrat, when in fact there are millions of Republicans in big cities. There are millions of Democrats in small towns. So it makes sense that Joe Biden would want to engage Democrats in small towns, just as Republicans may want to try to engage their supporters in larger cities like Madison and Milwaukee.
Anthony, it is so good of you to join us. Thanks for that political analysis. We appreciate that. As we told you, we are awaiting Donald Trump. He finished speaking in Michigan about 4:40 today, and then we'll have a town hall in La Crosse whenever it is that he's able to do that.